It's Madden NFL 24, and the focus is on the Thunderbirds' leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Thunderbirds and the Bulls, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Brooklyn Bulls taking on the Thunderbirds of Chicago. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
The drive begins with Mason. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. When you look at this defense, this crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Off play action. Anthony. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Wolf. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw. Matthews looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage, and it was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Matthews. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, it's Wolf. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Thunderbirds take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10.
A handoff to start the drive to Mason.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
But you look at this defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away at their timing.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He finds his man, complete. It's Barry. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Anthony. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain of 12 yards that time. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Back to throw. Anthony. That is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Anthony. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And this one is right down Broadway. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try to get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nelson. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Wolf. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Here's 3rd and 3 as they've got it as we resume action. On 3rd down, it's Wolf, and he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Wolf. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 9. the middle they go. Wolf. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
To throw on third down, Matthews. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Operating from the gun, Matthews. He finds his man, complete. That's Wolf. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf.
Oh, a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
On 1st and 10, Matthews.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Matthews over the middle, complete. That's Curtis. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Looking to throw. Matthews. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Thunderbirds had 6 to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Anthony. He finds his man. Complete. It's Gregory. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point forthcoming. And it's 21-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, Matthews. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Anthony. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Back to throw. Matthews. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Off the bootleg. Matthews to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 2nd down. It's Wolf, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw on 3rd down, Matthews. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. Anthony. He finds his man. Complete. It's Gregory. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
A gain of 4 yards.
Throwing on 1st down. Anthony. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Back to throw. Anthony. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
Off the play fake. Anthony. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ellis. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ellis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll look to throw again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He finds his man complete. That's Ellis. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side.
Touchdown! A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bulls are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach? I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard
The
line.
final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. The Riverhogs still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see they are out in front in that one. The Voyagers trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Dreadnoughts locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Matthews throwing the out route incomplete. It's Alexander. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 45-yard line.
Off play action. Matthews rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Matthews. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Up the middle they go. Wolf. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
A nice little juke. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Matthews. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Thunderbirds take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Looking to throw. Anthony. And his throw here is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Anthony. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Bulls are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Off the play fake. Matthews. He finds his man complete. That's Curtis. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he caught it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Off play action. Matthews. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On 1st down, Anthony. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now Mason. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Anthony. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. To throw on second down. Matthews over the middle, complete. That's Alexander. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
They'll run on first down. It's Wolf, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down now. It's Wolf looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It's a pickup of 3.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Anthony. And he's got his man on the out route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On 1st and 10, Anthony firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barry. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Brooklyn.
Back to throw. Anthony. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Mason. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run again with Mason, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They run it with Mason. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wolf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 102 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Matthews over the middle, complete. That's Curtis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, Wolf, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wolf, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Alexander. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 10. A minute 51 on the clock. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Complete to number 88. A gain of 16 yards.
Throwing on 1st down. Anthony. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man complete. It's Ellis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On first down, Anthony. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gregory. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They'd prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Anthony. He finds his man complete. It's Gregory. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged through.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for Chicago, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.